This is Jeff Mucci, RCR Wireless News. We're in Palo Alto today meeting with Frank Barbieri, who is CEO and founder of Transpera. Frank, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
A lot has been said about content and monetizing content, and I've talked to a lot of people over the past couple of months about monetizing content in a mobile world. It sounds like you're really doing it.
Yeah. Well, the thing to remember is 85% of the apps in the iPhone and the iTunes store are free.
Right.
And that means you need a good, robust ad model to address those apps. Mm-hmm. We've created the largest mobile video ad network in North America, which gives brands like Ford, Procter & Gamble, Unilever, Marriott Hotels, Microsoft, great reach into that mobile audience with a video ad, which is incredibly engaging. Good attention metrics because you have somebody watching an ad right like this, holding it 10 inches from their face. Yep. So we've launched with publishing brands such as MSNBC, CBS, MTV, AccuWeather, Weather Channel, and we're seeing fantastic results in terms of the value we can deliver for advertisers and publishers of those free apps.
Okay, so your business model starts with signing an agreement with a company that provides content, video, TV shows, and then you go out and do what with that contract?
Well, we go out and we give them our platform so that they can serve video ads into their content, and we help them monetize that through our ad network, where we hook them up with buyers and agencies. So we have a sales team that is connected with all the major agencies and brands and helps deliver audience to those brands via our publisher network. So the great thing about an ad network is you have a bunch of advertisers on one side, a bunch of publishers on the other side, and we use technology to connect them together and make good revenue and create good attention and impact for the advertisers.
So since you founded the company 3 years ago, what's happened to the value of that inventory?
Yeah.
That mobile advertising inventory.
Well, it's really been created on a rich media side of the house. I mean, if you look 3 years ago, that was before the iPhone even launched. It was when there was no video viewing off deck. All video viewing was done within proprietary carrier networks. Yep. And now we have a real open web-based IP or app-based environment, which is allowing users to connect directly to brands, whether it be an advertising brand or a publishing brand. And that creates a great ecosystem then for advertising and for getting messages in front of users. We've seen in our inventory things like purchase intent driving 10 to 20 times what is done in an online video norm. Aided awareness, that means reminding the customer about what ads they might have seen and them recalling what ads they saw being 10, 15 times. Unaided awareness being 5 to 10 times online video norms. So what we've done in that ecosystem is find the attention that a mobile phone gets and used it to really create some of the highest value digital inventory in the digital world, online, on mobile, anywhere. So that's what the publishers and the advertisers are really responding to.
Interesting. Where'd you get the idea to start Transpera?
It came early on in 2007 when I think YouTube had just really taken off. Actually, it was just acquired, I believe. And it seemed to me that consumers were responding to this idea of ad-supported, IP-based video delivered on demand through the internet. And it just seemed certain to me that that's the way that mobile was going to go. At the time, mobile was all subscription-based, closed networks. A lot of it was live. If you look at something like MediaFlow, it was live delivered. And that to me just seemed wildly divergent from what demonstrated consumer demand was. So I thought what publishers and advertisers needed was a platform and a network to help spur that market and move that market along. And we've been there from the start when it was probably zero share of video ads being delivered on mobile, and now we're seeing increasing share every month, and it's been a really fun ride.
And what were you doing at that point in time when you founded Transpera?
I was sitting on my couch writing a business plan. Well, I just finished running a mobile video company that was a carrier-based company based on subscription apps.
Right.
So I knew them, and before that I was at Microsoft where I worked on mobile video and audio on the Windows mobile platform. So I knew quite a bit about video and consumer habits, and knew I wanted to do something, build the company around that. So I took the leap and, did 3 or 4 months of coding and writing the business plan, got some angel investment,
right.
Then closed the first round of funding with great investors, Flybridge Capital, Intel Capital, First Round Capital, and we just had a board meeting yesterday, and they're all still with us and very bullish on the value we've been able to generate. So it's been a wild ride.
Reach profitability?
It's a good question because we're on a great ramp now with revenues and costs, but there's such expansion opportunities that we want to continue to be able to invest in the business, make a giant business beyond just a big business. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear and see how the markets respond. We have plans to go international. That will require some capital infrastructure. So we don't have any pressing need, and our board's pretty happy with the progress we've shown to date in order of capturing share and turning that share into value.
Help me compare and contrast the mobile ad network to a traditional ad network.
Well, mobile ad network, I think, really, there are two things. One, the way that a user interacts with their mobile device, we found, is actually very different than the way they interact with television or the way they interact even online.
Right.
You have this undivided attention that is extremely focused when they're holding a phone 10 inches from their face and they choose to do something. You have really a clean environment where you can present your ad, big share of voice, which means you can own a lot of what's going on the screen.
Yep.
And that translates into great results. So educating the advertisers about the difference between advertising on mobile and advertising on just regular online video has been a big a project of ours, and we're seeing a lot of great results from that. And then on the technology side, there's a lot of fragmentation and balkanization in the mobile ecosystem that doesn't exist online. You have the iPhone platform, the Android platform, Windows Mobile, BlackBerry, mobile web, HTML5 coming up, Safari, Chrome browser. You have 5 different carriers that treat cookies in very different ways. So that complexity has really held the publishers and the advertisers at bay because they don't like to have technical discussions.
Right.
They just want to talk about audience and can you reach women 18 to 34?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So we go in and we use our platform and our technology to help them change the conversation from one of technology and infrastructure to one of audience and attention. And that's an idea that's really caught fire. And that's what's helped advertisers make the buys and increase the buys, see the results, and get the money flowing off to publishers.
So the big brands, what % of their budgets in 2010 do you think are going to be allocated towards mobile advertising, and where do you see that changing in 2011 and 12? That's
a great question. Of their total brands, of the total spend, including television?
Yeah.
Well, including television would be probably pretty small. So, you're looking at 1%, in that range.
Yep.
If you take television off of their total digital spend, I think you're seeing increasing, you're seeing about maybe 10% starting to be spent on mobile. But the key is the growth, because if you look at last year and a year before that, you're seeing a CAGR of near 100% year over year in terms of digital dollars shifting to mobile. And the audience is growing at exponential rates as well. So in terms of growth, the fastest growing ad sectors today are mobile and video.
Right.
So it's really, really a good industry that's poised to capture more dollars and more share in the long run.
So what should we be looking for from Transpera over the next 6 to 12 months?
I think you're going to start seeing video ads everywhere, and you're going to see more and more publishers delivering an experience that is a really engaging experience for the advertiser and for the user. So video ads that are clickable and click to call, and you can click through a shopping cart and complete your purchase, location-based video ads. And I don't say location-based in that a local brand might want to advertise if you're around them, but you think of a national brand like Marriott Hotels who might want to put a video ad in front of everybody who's in an airport because they know that person's a traveler, so it's already pre-selected. So those kind of really interesting targeting things that marry the value of mobile as a specific platform to the power and the attention that video derives.
Where's the intersection with social media?
I think a lot of it will come from referral. You're seeing now that, just a lot of websites are being referred by Twitter and Facebook, and a lot of videos are being referred by Twitter and Facebook. So as their mobile audience increases, you're going to see more and more mobile traffic drive out to other applications and other brands. So great audience drivers. And as the audience arrives, so will publishers and advertisers.
Frank, thanks for your time.
Jeff, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations with RCR.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
You bet.